Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Talk of the Square Table.
Yes.
Where you ask us questions and we set a timer for 20 minutes and try to answer them. How's that sound?
Yes.
No right or wrong answers here. Love that about Sports Talk of the Square Table.
Not competitive like our weekly picks video where you guys are like
strategy
my enemy.
Comes in and all that. All right.
But let's be honest, my answers are the best.
All right, Caleb, let's start that timer.
Hold on, I pulled up my calculator.
Oh, we don't need any calculator. We need a timer.
He's learning how to work an iPhone.
Timer starting now with the very first question. We have Zelo Plays. Zelo Plays, what do you play? That's not the question. He asked, who is the best wide receiver in the NFL? We love talking about some good wideouts here.
Good question. There's multiple answers here.
Nope, there's only one answer because best means like the best. There cannot be two best.
Okay. Well, I've got three that I think could be the best,
Okay.
but I'll only say one.
I literally think though all three are ones that we all like. I think if we all had to list three, we would list the same ones. But anyways,
I'll do man, just especially this season and what he's been able to do. I know he's been hurt, but Antonio Brown and what he does for the Steelers offense is just unbelievable. He is an MVP type candidate, which is crazy talking about a wide receiver. Yeah, he has a lot of talent around him. Big Ben's a good quarterback, and they've got Le'Veon Bell, so it's not all the pressure isn't forced on him, but he still gets the job done, and he is the sole reason sometimes why they win some of their games, just the plays that he makes. So I'll say Antonio.
That's what I'm going to say too, and I think the incredible thing about him is even with all the talent that they have, he's still able to put up huge numbers. Like, that's the crazy thing to me. It's like you said, the pressure isn't all on him because they have other weapons too, but he's still able to put up astounding numbers like it is on, like you would think, oh, he's the only one they throw to or he's the only weapon they have.
Yeah.
Just by looking at his numbers.
I will say, though, with him being hurt and the Steelers still winning games, maybe that kind of hurts his MVP status, because if they started losing games at the same time as he's been hurt, that would probably say more to Antonio Brown, but point still stands.
MVP wasn't the question. It was just best receiver.
Yeah, just best receiver.
I really like Antonio Brown, too, but I think I'm going to make an argument for DeAndre Hopkins here.
Yeah.
I think the guy is just insane and has less weapons and less quarterback talent throwing to him, and he still makes the top catch of the year like every game and still puts up crazy good numbers without really a good offense this year, especially after Watson went out. And yes, I know people get onto him for pushing off a lot and being really physical, but I just think that's kind of the receiver who he is, and refs don't really know how to call it. I know you can complain about it all you want, but I really like him. I think he's good. I hate having to play him twice a year.
Yeah. He is unbelievable.
I think he's like the most... I kind of think he's underrated because I feel like he should be.
Because he's like the Larry Fitzgerald of this generation of having terrible quarterbacks, but you're still like an elite receiver. I know. Larry Fitzgerald has had better quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's had Kurt Warner first.
I mean, did you see that catch he had against the Steelers?
Bink,
that was
bink.
Oh.
I think that's the sound effect too. It was like pink, pink. I think you're gonna make an argument for either of those guys, and honorable mention shout out Julio Jones. He's the complete package as well.
Yeah, I do like Julio. Corey Davis will be there one day.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Probably by next week.
What's that question?
Okay, next up, we have a question from Galaxy_YT. So maybe that stands for YouTube, because that's our Twitter username. TedsTube _YT.
What's the question?
The question is, the Eagles, question mark.
Is that a complete question? The Eagles?
Eagles.
I mean, bald eagles, national animal symbol of America. Freedom.
Easy.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
The Eagles, I think they're a great band.
Don't wanna.
That's my answer. That's my answer.
Okay, for the real answer, they're good. Is that the question? They're good. I think they'll win one playoff game. I don't know if they're going to reach the Super Bowl, though. That they really are going to be missing Carson Wentz.
I think we touched on this last week.
Yeah,
we definitely did.
I think we did a little bit.
Someone asked how far we thought the Eagles were going to go. I just thought the question was
I don't think they're going to go in the playoffs losing a blowout or land a big goose egg. I think they're going to be competitive. I think they'll get one game. They'll win their...
Hey, I think we said we answered that question last week.
Yeah, we're not answering it.
So I think the Eagles are pretty good.
Okay. Look, should it be the national animal for the America? I'm not sure. I think we like to think of ourselves as Eagles, but we're more like Buffalo. Just big old... goofy people who like to bowl through things.
Should the Eagles play the Super Bowl halftime show? I don't know. I think that's what they're asking.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're asking.
That would be cool.
That would actually be a good one.
Classic rock and roll.
Oh, we have a great question coming up next. Thank you,
I'm
Galaxy YT. But this great question comes from Isaac 888. No, wait, 088. Sorry, I cannot read. Isaac, he says, if you put all 32 starting quarterbacks in a cage and they fist fight to death, who do you think would emerge victorious?
These are the kind of questions we want to talk about here.
I have an answer.
I have one too, but you go.
Do you have one?
He says injured QBs. Hold on, there's a side note here. Injured QBs like Wentz, Rodgers, Tannehill would take their spot as a starting QB.
Okay.
So I guess, like, yeah.
I want us all to say our answer at once. So
Hold on, let me think about it for a second.
So it's a fight to the death in a cage.
Yes. All right.
I got mine.
Okay.
Taking it easy. One, 2, 3.
I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Cam
Newton.
Newton.
Who'd
You said
say?
someone else.
Jameis Winston.
That's not Jameis.
You know why? Because
Why?
Jameis got a little bit of crazy in him, man. I don't know what he would do. He would go in there and
He'd
start...
bite someone's ear off.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be biting ears. He'd be playing dirty.
Yeah, you are
Not saying
so
he's a dirty
right.
NFL player, but I just can see him doing
You're
something
right.
off the cuff, you know, to get that win.
I just think Cam Newton's his size.
Yeah.
He would just step on
So
people.
he's already so physical, like
He would step on Drew Brees and shrink him
he
down.
could hurt
even
Tom
more.
Brady. Oh, Tom's face.
Tom
Stay away, stay away.
Tom Brady would be the first quarterback out.
Face shots are off limits.
Like, Tom Brady would just go ahead and lay down in the middle and let them beat him to
He
death.
would go like.
In fact, I bet all the other quarterbacks would go for Tom Brady first. They'd team up and be
They
like,
would.
They'd be like,
Yeah.
let's take this guy out first.
Yeah,
We can't
once
let
we
him
take out
win
Tom
something
Brady.
else.
I like that question. That was a good question.
Okay, thank you, Isaac. Jarrett Jacola asks, how far do you think the Panthers will go in playoffs?
Caleb, you like to talk about this.
Yeah, we kind of answered this last week or the week before with Super Bowl predictions. If that gives you a hint as to where my answer is going, I think they're going to make the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
I think they're going to lose in the NFC Championship to the Saints.
It's hard for me to see them going to the Super Bowl. I think their ceiling is NFC Championship game, but I could see them losing first round, especially if they are the wild card team and have to travel either to Minnesota or to Philadelphia, but I could see them beating Philadelphia on the road.
Well, they won't play Philly in the wild card game.
Oh, true. I mean, what am I talking about? If they have to travel to Los Angeles or to Minnesota or to New Orleans.
Nah,
I still
But they
like
have
the
to wrap up the
Panthers in
division.
those matchups, man. Maybe
What?
Cam's having a better year than he had last year, and I still
He
believe
definitely
him
is.
as he has the same talent as when he took him to the Super Bowl a few years ago.
It's
Now,
true.
don't let him
It's true.
fumble because he doesn't want to jump on balls, pick up his fumbles, but...
Yeah, good points. I could see them though losing the wild card round. The Panthers are just a wild card team for me. They could, if they play their best football, they could beat anybody. But yeah, just consistently and
they don't consistently play their best football.
whatever. They barely got by the Bucks last
So
week.
what did you say, Amy? NFC Championship
NFC
was their
Championship,
ceiling?
yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got a Titans question from Josh Martin. Thank you
That's what I'm
for
talking
letting
about.
us talk about the Titans, Josh Martin. He says, do you think Derrick Henry will be the clear-cut #1 running back for us next season?
I say yes. I think it's about time. Murray is he's valiantly just fighting through all these crazy injuries. He's going to be 30 years old next year, and as everyone says, that's kind of the hump where the downhill starts for running backs. I think it's time. He's spent 2 years now as a backup, and he was a Heisman Trophy winner. You can see his starting caliber potential when he's getting the handoffs. If he has to work on other aspects of his game, like the pass blocking, which I think he's better at that than what most people give him credit for. Like, everyone says he's crap at it, but
He's just not in the game enough to even see him
we
do
can't.
good
We
or
don't see
bad
him do
for
that
pass
enough.
blocking.
I think this more has to do with the fact that Murray is declining as opposed to Henry showing potential.
It's true.
I
Yeah.
do think Henry will be our clear-cut starter next season just because DeMarco is old and injured. I think he's way more injured than people know. And
He could tear his ACL, and Malarkey's like, Murray's our guy. We're going to put him out there.
exactly. So I think it more
That's
has to do
basically
with
what
that.
is happening this week for us. He has a 3rd-degree MCL tear. And did you hear Malarkey said he didn't even hear about that? Like,
About
they didn't
what?
even tell... Someone didn't tell Malarkey that Murray had tore his MCL.
What?
Yeah. Someone
What?
asked him about it
Like,
on the
what
coach game.
secrets?
They're like, they didn't tell me that.
That's ridiculous.
But he's still a game-time decision.
How does everyone but the head coach know that his running back tore his MCL? Or
Literally, what's his name? Adam Schefter tweeted it like Sunday night.
Come on,
Malarkey. You don't have Twitter? Okay.
Yeah, but,
I think he will be the starting running back as well. I You know what? I love Murray. I think DeMarco is going to... Man, I don't think Titans fans like DeMarco as much as they should have. He's going to be...
I like
he's
him
going to be
a
a Titans player who came in, had a good few years with us, moved on, and everyone's going to forget about him because everyone always wanted him
for the turnaround that we had.
And he's just gonna he's like an underrated Titans for the 2 seasons.
Gave us an identity finally.
I think we're gonna pick a new running back in the offseason, whether through the draft or free agency, and Derrick Henry will be number 1.
Okay. Good. I tend to agree.
I am BC asked us another Titans question. Will you be surprised if the Titans don't make the playoffs? Hashtag tied up.
Will I be surprised? No.
No,
because I'm so used to not making the playoffs.
Yes.
I'll be disappointed.
But it wouldn't surprise me because the Titans have let us down and broken our hearts so many times. But I still have confidence going in this last game that we can pull it out. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the edge, 50-50. Yes, but no.
I won't be surprised. I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's such a dad thing.
I think I would be surprised just looking at the numbers. Like if this was another NFL team in the same Titans situation where we basically had our last 6 games just like the golden road to the Wizard of Oz, to the playoffs. The Golden Brick Road, to the playoffs, and we're just blowing it. But we still have incredible chances to make the playoffs. It would surprise me if that doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
But then you see it's the Titans, and you're not surprised anymore.
Yep, true. Okay. Sports Animal 1123 asks us, what team do we think has the best defensive line? I like this question. Good question.
Ooh. A healthy Texans team?
You can say that.
Yeah.
It's a little hypothetical this season, but yeah.
I'll be honest, and I've said this before, my defense knowledge is not very great. I more can just tell like if the offense is doing bad or not, as opposed to if the defense is making them do bad or not.
Bless you, sir.
Sorry.
So I don't know. When I think of like defensive line players, the most names that come to my head play for the Texans, even though a lot of them are hurt right now. But so yeah, I don't feel really knowledgeable enough to answer this question. So that's all I got.
Yeah,
Pass
tough.
the mic.
It's tough because knowing other defenses and more specifically other teams' defensive lines.
I think.
What do you got?
I would say Rams. Would you say Rams as well?
I was thinking Rams.
Quinn, Aaron Donald. I don't.
Yeah, Robert Quinn, Aaron Donald are beasts. They've got a couple other really good guys too.
Yeah, that's up there with J.J. Watt.
But I think we'd be remiss if we didn't say Jacksonville with Calais Campbell, Yannick Ngakoue.
How did I forget about him?
Yeah, and Malik Jackson. They got some good big boys
players
up front.
Some good big boys.
The big guys. The Titans' rush defense is fantastic, but I think that has a lot to do with our linebackers.
Okay, that is the most biased answer ever. There's no way.
I got numbers.
Have the best defensive line.
I got numbers to back it up, though. I'm just saying.
Because of our rush defense. And actually, we're like 4th or 5th in the league in sacks now after our recent streak of dominating the quarterbacks.
So, yes, it's biased, but hey, it's not like I'm...
It's still biased. We don't have near... They've been producing, but we don't have near the talent as some of those other teams.
It's all about the production, though.
Okay. Meteor Smash. I think he's asked us the question before. He asked, what team do you think has the best chance to beat the Patriots in the playoffs?
Like Super Bowl or just AFC leading up to it? Okay. If you guys are going to say anything, I'll say Pittsburgh. If they were one it was a catch, by the way, away from beating them the first matchup.
Should have beaten them.
By the rules, it wasn't, but logic, yeah, he definitely had possession and crossed the plane of the end zone. Figure it out, NFL. What is a catch?
Yeah. He caught it, he turned, he made a football move, hit his knee, stretched it out, and then...
Yeah,
I'll say Steelers. No one.
Oh my gosh.
No one.
I think.
No, but if I did have to answer the question, actually, I was thinking the Steelers too. But
who would have the best chance to beat them in a Super Bowl matchup in the NFC? Can I add on?
Yeah, because I think we would all say Pittsburgh for the playoffs, which I still think Pittsburgh is my Super Bowl pick.
I'll say
that out there, but yeah, I like the Super Bowl question
from the NFC.
And I was about to say Minnesota, but then I remembered if I picked Case Keenum to beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl, then I would be living on another planet. But I love that defense. That defense could really give Tom Brady fits.
It's
hard to say. Maybe New Orleans, since they have an offense that can match up with him. Yeah?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team that has like the best defense, and y'all were just talking about the Rams defense, so apparently it's really good. I feel like that's going to be the difference when it comes to beating the Patriots. It's going to have to be a defense that can stop their offense. Not necessarily an offense that can score on their defense, but a defense that can stop their offense. So I guess the Rams, since y'all were just talking about how great their defense is.
But
and they have a pretty dang good offense.
No, I'm not trying to disrespect Jared Goff. I just think if a team's going to beat Tom Brady, they're going to have an elite level quarterback. That's why I'm going with Drew Brees here. I like the Saints in that chance.
That would be such a fun game.
I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl, but if they do, I think they have the best chance to take on Tom Brady. That Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram combination with Drew Brees.
I'm telling you, it's about the defense, not the offense.
Defense wins championships.
Saints got a good defense.
Yeah, they do.
Okie dokie. Thank you for those questions. Marcus Flores asks, will you finally stop hating on the Rams? All of you.
All of us.
Marcus, I picked the Rams last 2 weeks. I picked them against the Titans, and I picked them
a lot this year, I thought.
49ers. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Todd Gurley is the truth.
Todd Gurley is the truth. MVP. Sean McVay, Coach of the Year.
Okay.
I didn't know I was hating on him. Sorry if I was.
Okay, yes, Sean McVay should win Coach of the Year. Should win Coach of the Year for sure. That's a guarantee.
I was hating on them, but that's because I hadn't given them a chance.
Todd Gurley should win the MVP. I think I would still vote for Tom Brady. That's just my vote. Okay.
Because your wife loves him. You can't piss her off, man.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna read these questions, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't have an answer, just because I like Half Moon. But he asked us a lot of obscure questions about obscure sports.
Okay.
Okay. He thinks, do we think Manchester United or Chelsea catch Manchester City this year in the Premier League?
No idea.
No idea. Maybe I will start learning more and keeping up with soccer now that Nashville is going to get an MLS team.
Yes.
But, I have no
soccer
idea.
Knowledge.
The city of Nashville has not cared about soccer since its birth. Okay, so I apologize we can't answer that question. He asked us another one. Who is your favorite to win the Daytona 500 in February? Kurt Busch again, or favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
I see what he's doing.
Once again,
Kurt Busch.
He's trying to test our overall sports knowledge.
Kurt Busch is totally the greatest driver of all time. Top 10.
What about Jeff Gordon, guys?
What about Danica Patrick?
I know she's retiring, though. I think I know that.
Yeah, she never won.
I picked Ricky Bobby.
I don't know.
Ricky Bobby.
Bobby.
Okay, last question. Halfway to the Stanley Cup, and the Lightning look to be the best contender. Who can contend with them this season? Come on, the Predators!
The Nashville Predators!
Big fingers.
Yeah, obviously we're going to say the Predators.
Yeah.
The Blues are looking good this year. Also, the Vegas Golden Knights expansion team. They're the first year of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Ooh, okay, I got a good question we got a few minutes left from AM15 Mart. Not saying, your questions were good, Half Moon.
We just can't really talk about it.
Yeah, we could talk about like football and basketball.
At least they didn't ask about baseball.
I could talk baseball more than those things.
I know.
Who won the World Series last year?
Well, baseball just gets more publicity.
The Cubs.
No, it's 2 years ago.
Hold on. Guys, I know this.
Do I know?
Okay, we're going to move on to the question. No one cares about baseball here.
The Dodgers?
AM15 Mart asks, what is the worst team that won their division? Or who is the worst team that won their division?
Wait, you might need to let me know.
Have all divisions officially been decided? I think most
of them
have.
Not the NFC South. They have. No, it has not been decided in the NFC South.
Any team that wins that is not the worst team that won the division.
It's either going to be Jacksonville or Kansas City for me. Kansas City's starting to trend up while Jacksonville was trending down after that 49ers game, so it could be Jacksonville, but
I think it's Kansas City.
Yeah,
which is crazy because the AFC West was so good last season or 2 seasons ago. Like, it's so crazy how fast that turned around.
Yeah. I would go with Kansas City too, just because I don't want to disrespect the Jags too much before we play them.
Yeah,
get them real fired up.
Because they watch this.
Yeah, they do watch it. I know Blake Bortles watches this for a fact. Oh man. Okay.
Next.
Here's 2 questions about the Titans offense. 3 questions about the Titans offense.
Oh, we're doing it, man.
What are the reasons from Hayden Nelson? What are the reasons the Titans still struggle with beating teams that they should beat?
We've had that problem since our inception, so I don't know.
BOQI Combat Arms is a new subscriber. Thank you, new subscriber. He asks, what do you guys think the Titans need to do to step up their offense? And do we really think Marcus Mariota is the reason why Titans offense is lacking? And then someone asked, AM Mart again asks, is Marcus Mariota the future quarterback of the Titans for several years? Well, we'll finish with the Titans here. What do you think needs to happen?
All right, we struggle. What are the reasons that we struggle with beating teams we should beat, like Arizona and San Francisco? I don't know. I think we just don't have it's not that we don't have the will to win or we don't know how to win because we've seen that we can find ways to win. I just think we don't have a consistent, just consistency. We don't have consistency. I don't know. Our offense isn't consistent.
We've just been lacking an identity this year.
Whatever.
And just the style of football we play. We play control the football, physical, run the clock, control the game. And if you play that, you're not going to be blowing that many teams out. So I think that has to do with it, just the scheme we run and just the style that we try to go with. Just beat teams into submission and control the game. In that sense.
Yeah, I'm going to move. I'm not going to answer because we talk about the Titans a lot. I'm sure we'll cover those topics in another video, so go check out those. But I do want to hit one last question because it's a good one. It is an NBA question.
Yes.
We're already going over time, but I'll give it one more minute. Who's better, MJ or LeBron?
We could do a whole episode on this.
We could. Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Who are you going with?
Me, it's hard to say. I think they're two different style of players. MJ, I think, is a better scorer, and it's hard to argue that if we could just look at the stats. But there's so many different intangibles. He made the teammates around him better. LeBron also does that very well. As far as leadership goes, they're the
so who do you think?
The huge leaders. I don't know, because I grew up more with LeBron and watching LeBron. I have memories of watching MJ, in the finals against the Jazz. I have memories of him, in the playoffs and some of those moments. And that's about it. As far as having the complete package, the complete game with no weaknesses, I guess pass. LeBron, I guess.
I was about to say, you can't talk all that time and pass the question.
I'll say this. It's a tough question, but I love when people describe LeBron as the most dominant NBA player. Because I think that best describes his skill set over the course of his career. He has been the most dominant NBA player. And I know people are like, well, Shaquille O'Neal is dominant. LeBron's a different kind of dominance. He takes the worst team in the NBA and makes them a NBA Finals team every year he's on that team. And he just dominates the game in every aspect. Defensively, from defensive statistics, blocks, and scores and assists. If he had a weak point, I think it would be his shot, which Michael Jordan I think Marcus Jordan was a more pure scorer and talent and stuff,
and they had different games. Jordan never really developed a 3-point shot. LeBron is great from the 3-pointer. Jordan was drive to the hoop, dunk it, or pull up for a 2-point mid-range shot.
Don't tell Jordan he doesn't have a 3-point shot. He would come out next game and drop 6 in your face.
That's true.
So I'm going to say LeBron, and my biggest proof of that is when he first played for the Cavs and they made it to the NBA Finals. He leaves. He's the only one who leaves. They become the worst team in the league that next season. Yeah. I think that says it all.
Did Michael ever take a team like that to the finals?
I think that says it all about how impactful of a player he is. And that was early in his career. He's only gotten better.
I like the two words, dominant and impactful.
Yeah,
as LeBron James.
Well, when Jordan came into the league, the Bulls were one of the crappiest franchises, and he brought them to the playoffs consistently every single year. But it wasn't until
Scott in the first round.
Against all-time great teams like the Celtics. But it wasn't until Scottie Pippen got there where they started making finals runs, and then he leaves for baseball, and the Bulls are still very competitive.
Then he made Space Jam, and it was just what?
So tough question.
LeBron.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for MJ, though. He was so freaking good.
And
his numbers are unbelievable.
They're both great.
Especially in the playoffs. Jordan's numbers elevate in the playoffs and even elevate more in the finals.
Have you seen the numbers LeBron puts up in the season and in the playoffs?
Well, can LeBron get as many championships as Jordan?
We can do a whole episode on this, guys.
Who knows? We've talked enough. Amy, take us out.
Take us out, taking us out. Sports Talk at the Square Table. Peace out. Week 17. Bring it on. Happy New Year!
Leave us some more questions.
Happy
below.
New Year for us to answer in 2018.
Leave us some more questions
What's
below
your New
in the
Year's
comments.
resolutions? Comment below.
What should Marcus Mariota's New Year's resolution be? Ooh, there could actually be a
Maybe
lot.
to finally drink a beer.
No bad days.